All right, let's watch some YouTube videos. Let's see here. How about this video by Stephan?
This video is about a bank called Yada Savings Account, and just a few weeks prior to this,
makes me so happy when things catch on. Like Yada Bank was one of them. When I made that video about Yada Bank.
But the one I could talk about is a savings account, Yada Bank, which is a new concept where users...
Yada Bank. There it is again. Okay, fine. You win, Graham. I'll try it out. I'll try Yada out. All right, I give up.
Boy. Here we go.
If you use the Yada banking app, you have to be aware of these major new updates. So effective immediately, Yada is no longer paying rewards on any of their balances in paychecks or card spend. Now, usually this is just the tip of the iceberg, but some people have even been commenting that they can no longer withdraw their money. I used to have over $10,000 in this app when I was testing it out, but ended up withdrawing it all because I was earning more interest in putting it in a high yield savings account. Now, Yada app is still supposed to be FDIC insured up to $500,000, as you can see right there. But usually if a bank's not paying you the money or interest they said they will, it's not really a good sign. So I'm personally withdrawing all my money on the account, even though I only had a little bit left. Tell me down below in the comments if you are planning to do the same.
Today we're talking about a bank promoted by YouTubers that's now become a casino and users can't get their money out.
This video is sponsored by Yada Savings.
Yada, Y-O-T-T-A.
Yada Savings?
The Yada Savings app, maybe you saw a couple people talk about this.
Yes, I have seen people talk about Yada recently.
Hey, my name's Daniel. My wife and our family has $18,000 in Yada that we can't get out.
Over $60,000 frozen up in Yada.
$15,440.06 frozen in Yada.
$7,270.60 frozen.
$583.
Wow. $98,000 frozen in Yoda.
$94,000, give or take, frozen.
$46,699.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's a disaster, and we're going to break down what happened. Let's start with the basics. A few years ago, Yada Savings advertised itself as a no-lose lottery through YouTubers, where you'd get a lottery ticket by saving money rather than spending it. It's called gamified savings, and some took it beyond a sponsorship and bought equity in the company because they liked the idea that much. The most viral example of this was Stephan, who claimed that I bought a bank.
I decided to invest an undisclosed amount, and now I can officially say I am a small owner in Yada Bank.
Now these videos are deleted, as Yada has become more than a harmless savings app, and users can't get their money out. But to understand what exactly happened, let's first go back to when they demanded an apology from me back in 2022. They made a brief appearance in a video called The Most Evil Business in the World, and for some reason they didn't like the cameo. They said, quote, "Given these false claims, we would like you to issue a statement in a video clarifying that your claim that Yada is a scam is false and misleading." Now, I never said that exactly, so I didn't apologize, but I found the next bit a bit more baffling. They tell me, quote, "You could also conduct an interview with Adam Mullis, the co-founder and CEO of Yada, if you wish," which I found odd. Either way, I decided to today take them up on their offer. 2 years later, when I checked back in on Yada and found customers' accounts have been frozen and their website looked more like a casino than a no-lose lottery. On their app, Yada now offers roulette, dice, blackjack that you can lose money on. Now, honestly, I was shocked by this. This is the same company that's saying play the no-lose lottery, regular lotteries are scams, they prey on innocent people. Now they're offering gambling. So, of course, I reached out to the CEO. And he told me Yada is not actually gambling. Quote, "We decided to pivot the business into sweepstakes earlier this year. Sweepstakes is not gambling. We worked extensively with lawyers in the space to build out the program." Now, I don't know which lawyer told Yada blackjack isn't gambling, but it's time to get your money back. All Yada is really doing is running a loophole. The CEO says you can't actually buy Yada Cash, but this is a very sneaky claim, because one way to get Yada Cash is by purchasing tokens on the app. These tokens are pointless, except that they come with free Yada Cash.
Yeah, listen, okay. I'm sure by now most of you have seen the Coffeezilla video. I just wanted to watch the first few minutes of it again. I've already seen it. I just wanted to watch the first few with you all just to get, again, clarity and context of the situation. And when I went on the app, okay, I haven't been on the app. First of all, I have an account with Yada Savings, all right? I have an account with Yada Savings. And granted, I haven't been on it or used the app in, I don't know, over a year. It's literally probably been a year since the last time I actually open the app. It's been so long, in fact, that I had to re-download the Yada app on my phone now because I had it on my old phone and I hadn't downloaded it since then. I hadn't been on the app or visited the app since then. And when I tell you that I opened up the app and it looks completely different than what it used to be, it's totally changed. I didn't it's like it got a facelift and it came out looking. It came out looking like like Bruce Jenner. I swear to God that I could not recognize the app. It was almost like, what is this on my, what is this, right? So the first time Coffeezilla called out mega finance YouTuber Stephan was after the entire FTX scandal that literally had the finance space up in flames, right? And it wasn't just Stephan that was assaulted with the facts. There were plenty of other big name YouTubers in the finance space that were called to the table to answer for all of the things that they had been promoted, as well as and including one of Graham's besties, Andre Jick. And the interesting thing that keeps putting these guys in the most unfavorable light is that they keep getting called out for promoting bad services and in some cases flat out scams like established titles, which I also did a video on. And we're talking about YouTubers here and Stephan and Andre Jick that have a multitude of followers. We're talking about millions of subscribers, which means that at the very least, thousands of people are signing up for the things that these guys are pitching to them in their videos. And in the spirit of full transparency, I admit that I was one of those guys. At one point in time, I was one of them that signed up for Yada Savings. In the beginning, Andre Jick was actually the person that got me excited enough to jump out on a ledge and start my investing journey. Before these guys, I had no knowledge of investing really, all right? At the very least, I had no idea of what I was doing or even how to structure my investing goals. So I always credit Andre for that. You know, he literally got me excited about investing. But I said all that to say that coming into the scene, coming onto the scene with almost zero knowledge of the market, I pretty much clung to these guys' videos because at the time, they were the guiding force for me. Andre and Graham were also one of the inspirations behind creating a YouTube channel at all to talk about money and finance. And Graham is actually the person that introduced me to Yada Savings and got me involved with the idea of a unique way to save and grow your money. It was a new concept for me. I'd never seen anything like it. And again, keep in mind, I'm totally green to the market at this time, like a newborn baby green. Right? I was so impressed with the idea and concept behind Yada, in fact, I myself even did a video on it. And although I didn't give out a referral link or make any money on it through sponsorship, at the time my channel wasn't even monetized, it doesn't matter. What matters is that I too also promoted the concept to my viewers. Hell, I even told 2 people in my close circle about it just because I wanted them to be a part of this amazing concept and to be in a position to win. I honestly thought that I was bringing them a hidden gem. That's what I felt like. And so right now, I want to take the time to personally apologize to them and to anyone who saw that video, although it was 3 years ago, and joined Yada Savings on my behalf. I had no business promoting it without severely vetting the process of how everything works, whether I was new to the market or not. Again, it was a totally different app at that point, okay? Whether it was 3 years ago that I made it or, 3 days ago, it doesn't matter. It was still quite irresponsible of me, especially since I call out others for the same lack of thorough work. Mind you, the app worked totally different back then. It was a totally different thing.
The point is, hey, let's get most Americans out there to start saving money by taking away the lottery and put it in here and give them the chance to actually earn money while also saving money. And that's what I think the whole goal of the Yada savings accounts actually is. So for example, you have a person, by the way, I knew this one person here that literally bought a lottery ticket every single day. So instead of doing that every single day, why don't you just go ahead, save that money, put it into Yada, and get the chance to actually win $10 million or a Tesla or $1,000 or $1,500. That way you can go ahead and potentially make a big amount of money while still saving money.
So again, listen, I apologize. Now, the two people that I told about Yada, thankfully and fortunately, did not end up signing up for it. And thankfully, I eventually figured out that Graham was pretty much producing the same video every other week with a different title. And I learned enough on my own eventually about the stock market that I concluded pretty quickly that I didn't need to watch or follow these guys anymore. And the only reason that the video that I made on Yada Savings isn't still up on this channel from 3 years ago is because eventually I took down every old finance video I put out on this channel in order to support the pivot that I made from the type of content that I was producing now, that I'm producing now on this channel. And eventually the plan was to re-upload every single one of those videos to my other channel that is strictly finance focused. But listen, that aside, I did put money into Yada Savings Bank early in 2021, and thankfully, sometime at the beginning of last year, I pulled out the majority of that money. Mind you, I had thousands in this account at one point in time. That amount is now less than $300, but it's still money that I can't withdraw. You know, and trust me, I've tried. They're effectively just holding on to my funds. And the even more terrible piece to this is that apparently you can still put money into an account, but you can't take any of it out. And people are wondering about the part where Yada told you that your money was FDIC insured. Well, here's the thing about that.
These are fintech companies, not banks. They're not holding anyone's money. They're not FDIC insured. They have a bank they work with that is FDIC insured, and that's where your money is sent to. In this case, the main bank is called Evolve. Normally, this distinction doesn't matter, but when things go wrong, it makes all the difference. So does the distinction that fintech companies like Yada don't work directly with Evolve. They have a middleman called Synapse. Now, I want you to think of Synapse as an adapter from old tech to new tech. It's kind of like your iPhone dongle. Remember that? Connecting a lightning cable to a headphone jack. That's Synapse, connecting banks to fintech. And I know I'm not exactly an expert on this, so I brought in someone who is to explain what happened, because the next part gets kind of confusing. People are saying, oh, it's FDIC insured. Why isn't that working?
Yeah, so it is. End users' confusion is entirely understandable, right? One of the great successes of the American banking sector and American banking regulation is that you, generally speaking, don't have to worry about whether or not your money is safe. However, that in this case, and it's not the only case, has engendered some confusion for end users who see FDIC insured and read that as, this is safe, my money's safe, I'm gonna get my money back. Now, what is FDIC insurance and what does it do? It protects depositors, end users, in the event that a bank fails. A bank has not failed here, and so there is no direct role for the FDIC to step in. If Evolve had failed, the FDIC would step in, seize the bank, and sort of figure out the next steps. That's obviously not what's unfolding here.
Listen, the complete transformation that this service has gone through is almost unbelievable. It literally changed overnight and went from a pretty cool way to save and stack your money to an online casino or whatever the hell it is now. And you might be saying to yourself, well, if that was the case, right? If it was the case and it happened overnight and Yada Savings at one point was a pretty good institution to store and grow your money, how is that Graham Stephan's fault? Why is he getting a lot of the blame that he's getting right now? Well, when you jump out in front of over 4 million followers and claim that you bought a bank and invested and have become an owner or at least part owner of said institution, then by proxy, people are going to get angry when it turns out that you had them sign up to play digital Russian roulette with their fucking money. And understand, the reason that you, Graham, are catching all of this backlash is because, much like before, every time you get called out on something that you promoted, you benefited heavily from, and you sponsored on your channel and endorsed, you either offer up a half-assed apology or don't address it at all. You just delete the video evidence. Bro, that is not the way to go. It takes a pretty special kind of scumbag to promote a product, right? Literally make hundreds to thousands to millions of dollars off of it, and then go AWOL. And all of a sudden, no one can find you. You have nothing to say about it. You can make 250 videos on how bad the housing and car market is, but oddly enough, don't have anything to say about a bank that you gave people your link to invest in and told them that it was a great opportunity. And then 3 years later, when that opportunity turns out to be a bonfire for investors' money, the proclaimed owner or part owner, whatever you want to call yourself, turns out to be nowhere to be found. All of a sudden, he turns into Where's Waldo? I honestly think that right now, Graham Stephan is somewhere in his multi-million-dollar home wondering how he should handle this, since the video that called him out already has over 2.4 million views in 20 hours. And Graham, let me help you out there, buddy. Let me help you.
Dread it. Run from it.
Destiny
arrives all the same.
Just own it. Hey, listen, at least it'll give you something new to talk about on your fucking channel. Let the people see you uncomfortable. They at least deserve that much. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next video.